Well, hello. Wow, it's bright out here. Sorry, gotta put those on. We've been back in our lower mainland home base for about a week, a little more than a week.
Hello everyone. Beautiful sunshiny day here on the west coast. Wet coast in winter, and today is just a beautiful sunny day. We're sitting around 25, 26 Celsius. So this weather can't get any better. Not a cloud in the sky, and there's something I want to talk to you about.
Hi, so today's video is a bunch of different things that happened when we were between trips to the cabin.
A full mishmash.
There was a lot of things that we did, and we'll interject just to help to save the confusion of like, what's going on here? So here's our first little bit, and hope you enjoy it.
And there's something I want to talk to you about. A lot of people have been discussing this over the past, I don't know, few years, and I thought I'd put it to the test. So how stable is your trailer if you're just using the stabilizers, the regular legs that come with it, whether they're hydraulic or not, or even if you have X chocks? That's another factor. Do you put extra stabilizers under your rig? If so, what were they, or what are they? I've got 4 stages of stabilizing my rig, and I'm going to show you what those are, and I'm going to put them to the test on each different level of stability and show you maybe a way or two that you might want to improve your stability in the rig. If you're walking around and it's shaking and your wife's trying to do makeup or something like that, that's always a factor too. Talk to you soon.
Hey Brent.
Yes.
You talked about all that stabilization and you were going to show them, but I couldn't find any video footage about showing them anything.
Well, I started doing it and got distracted. We had other things that were on the go, and I do have, like I said, 4 stages of stabilization. It's basically with your landing gear just by itself. If you have X chocks or tire chocks to help stabilize the rig from shaking. Another one is, do you have anything that is a little more solid, that is holding your rig in place? I've got something at the back. It's basically a couple of it's a 2x6 goes across the back under the frame, and then it connects to the ground, and I've got a not a zap strap, I've got a ratchet strap that goes from one side to the other. It basically tightens up the back end and stops the trailer from shaking at all. I also, towards the front, use a couple of screw jacks, one on each side, and when I've got everything intact and installed, you can walk around the trailer and you won't feel anything move. You can put a glass of water on the counter that is completely full and not a drop will spill. So I just haven't gotten to that video yet. I haven't performed the testing, shall we say.
So look for that next spring.
Yeah.
Maybe summer.
Yeah, we can't really do that in the winter because the winters up here not conducive to exterior testing, shall we say.
It's a little moist outside.
And cold.
Yeah. We've been back in our lower mainland home base for about a week, a little more than a week. And when we came back, we discovered that our blackberry bushes are creeping over the fence. I've already cut down some, and I thought, wait, this is newsworthy. So there's a big nasty one right there. This corner is the worst, and it has taken us this long to get at it because I had to go buy a new cutting tool. We left the branch cutter up at the up at our Kootenai property, so yeah. So I went out, and I've been wanting to get one of these anyways because the weed eater isn't my jam. Brent bought a big gas weed eater, and it just doesn't work for me. So I went and bought one of these, and I'm going to clean up this backyard. The other thing is there's a lot of weeds that have crept up through the gravel. And then over here is even the worst. So we had this little fence put up when Bailey was a pup, because we didn't want her constantly bugging the neighbors. She goes around it anyways. So I'm going to take it down, and I'm going to take it up to the property when I go up in a few weeks. Okay, after much ado, I have gotten this place looking a little bit tidier and less like a jungle. So I cleared out all those branches, so I also took down our little ornaments, anticipating our move to the Kootenays. So I had some little hangy things on the fence. I guess I should take the zap straps off. Yeah, I just kind of tidied everything up there. It's nice and clean and tidy. And I got some of the bramble bushes that were taking over our little tent here, and took this fence, which is rolled all up there. I'll take that up to the cabin, and we'll use it for maybe we'll make a little garden, because you have to fence things in there. I didn't reach all the way through and get all the weeds on the other side of the shrubs, but or cedars. So that's all tidied up. And yeah, we did leave a deposit when we moved into the park a few years back, and we definitely getting that back, because I try to take good care of things. So I think my work is done here.
Well, I decided to do a little taste test between a couple of the chicken places. KFC, I do like it, usually second day, because I prefer it after it's sat in the fridge. I guess the grease is congealed or whatever. But I'm comparing Popeyes to Mary Brown's. They're both very close taste-wise. I've had them both before. They both make awesome chicken sandwiches. But I ordered just chicken this time. Mary Brown's has a 6-piece, and Popeyes has the 8-piece. I got a couple spicy from each place, and a few regular from each place. So what I'm going to be doing is just doing a taste test. First thing off, out of the box, the Mary Brown's box was falling apart because the bottom 3 pieces were so greasy. I bought them at the store, and it's about a 10-minute drive. So I bought one, and I bought the other. 10-minute drive home, and by the time I got home, the box had fallen apart. So I had to take them out and just throw them on some napkins, just as you see here. The Popeyes, they were not as greasy. I've eaten one of the pieces of Popeyes already. It was the drumstick, which I usually don't care for, but it was good. I just ate the regular, didn't eat the spicy yet. The spice, I'm guessing, is comparable between the two, so I don't think that's going to be a factor. But I think the grease is. It's like, as you can see, these 3 here are the spicy from Mary Brown's, and that's after sitting on the counter for just a few minutes. And I'm not liking that. The Popeyes, they're still fairly firm. Yeah, there's a little bit of grease because it's fried chicken. But when it makes the box disintegrate, that's disgusting. Like, they got to do something about that. So next will be the taste test.
You showed us all that delicious chicken. That was a little on the greasier side than I would enjoy. What was your final result as far as that taste test went, Brent?
For me, fried chicken has got to be one of the best foods to eat. I love it. I've always liked KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, good stuff. I've always preferred it the second day after it's sat in the fridge for a little bit and cooled down. I don't like eating it hot because it's too greasy. KFC is greasy. Mary Brown's, flavor-wise, is a little bit better than KFC, but it's got the same grease content, and that's a big issue for me.
It's gross. I'm sorry.
And I prefer that the second day as well. Popeyes, they got them both beat hands down. I'd say Popeyes chicken. Yes, we are in Canada. There's a lot of American chains that do fried chicken that would put Canadian places to shame. But in Canada, I've got Popeyes as number one. Absolutely number one. Mary Brown's and KFC, they're pretty much on the same level. It's so hard to compare when you've only got three choices. But yeah, Popeyes, flavor-wise, it's right there with Mary Brown's. They're both on par. KFC's got their 11 herbs and spices or whatever they want to say. But the grease content is the deciding factor, so I would have to go Popeyes, number one.
And once in a while we'll have fried chicken. I just tend to stay away from the breaded chicken. I don't need that much extra carbs and fat and grease in my life.
I love it.
This liver and cholesterol level, I have some issues, so we'll just stick to the boneless, skinless chicken breasts and season them up nicely.
I love fried chicken.
All right, this next little clip you're going to see is the twins, my daughter's twins, and they just turned 10. They're getting so huge. So it's just a little tiny clip. It was pretty funny, actually. So enjoy. Okay, we've got So I'm just hanging out. Actually, I've been doing a fair bit of work, balancing books and whatever else have you, making sure we keep enough money on hand to pay for our cabin. We just bought new tires for the truck, so that was a bit of an expense. And we got to go buy ceiling boards coming up in the next couple weeks. Anyways, did all my math, and they were sitting okay. Anyways, while I'm sitting here and they're working inside in the Brent and Dawn and Daniel, Joe's cousin, they're all working in the garage, I guess, shop. They're putting up boards in there. Yeah, Leroy's there too. And they're sealing up and fixing errors that the person who built the garage did, and sealing up the walls and the roof in one section, and then in the front where there's the garage doors, there's a big open area. They're not going to put insulation in. I don't know what they're doing. But anyways, they're finishing up the back end, and they need some supplies. Somebody notched a beam, put holes through it. It was a 2x4. It was supposed to be a 2x6, and it's supporting the roof on that wall around a window. So silly people. And the dogs have been drinking from the pool here. Everybody keeps coming and taking their shoes off and sticking their feet in the pool and refreshing the water, because it's probably not that warm. my feet don't get terribly hot. It is warm here, and I'm not sure if you can see this, but the smoke has rolled in again. It was clearer earlier, and now the wind picked up and the smoke has rolled in from a forest fire that's a little ways away, but not terribly far either. So we're right in the line of the smoke path. So Bailey's over there, all sacked out. Oh, there she is. She heard her name. She heard some noises. And Wrigley is keeping an eye on things over here on the other side of the fireplace. So there is a fire ban. There will be no fires, no campfires. So yeah, it's really, really dry here. You walk through the grass. We walked up to the top of the hill earlier, and you walk across the grass and it just goes crunch, 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 because the grass is just breaking underneath your feet. And when I drove up the driveway after I went and got some provisions, I went really slow just to keep the dust down. Gotta wash the truck again. Anyway, so we're just relaxing, and I'm getting a few things done that I didn't complete before we came up. And there in the garage is quite cool, but I want to keep the dogs away from under people's feet. It's a little warmer out here. The heat doesn't really bother me that much. The smoke, on the other hand, is kind of starting to wear on me. Anyway, so I'm going to carry on here. I just looked at my computer screen and there's a bit of smoke on it. Or ashes. Not sure if you can see that. That's not dust, folks. That's ash on my screen. So, yes, I was out doing my thing, the laptop and everything out on the porch there at Brent's brother's place and his wife's.
My brother Don and Joe, two beautiful people. They are in. They have a new property.
Joe, as in Joanne.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a piece of property in or near Princeton, British Columbia, and it's a great place. I would have loved to live there. We actually looked for property there, couldn't find anything that we
That suited us.
That suited us. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So Don and Joe found a place. They've got, like, I think 5.5 acres.
Oh no, I thought there were 7.
Maybe 7 acres.
I know.
5.5, 7 acres, somewhere in that ballpark.
Way more property than I want to take care of.
Yeah. So Don and Joe had some issues with the shop or garage, shop/garage, in their new property. There was not really big issues, but to get it fully insulated and sealed up properly for winter to work in, they had a little bit of work to be done. Yeah, so myself and Dawn and Joe's cousin all pitched in, and we got some roofing done and some wallboards up, and we had to fix a few with the window box and stuff like that.
And I hung out with the dogs so they wouldn't get in the way and got work done.
Yeah, it was fun.
Anyway, so that was a little bit of mishmash of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, what we did between trips. Next week, really excited about this, we are actually going to leave Peace Arch RV Park one last time. So we'll catch you next week. That's all we wanted to share this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And ring that bell for notifications.
Bye-bye for now.
How stable is your trailer with just the jacks, and maybe if you have the let's start this over. Bunny ears, bunny ears.
Bunny ears.